today we're throwing the Zoom trick worm. We're doing it money jig style. Dollar bill, y'all. This is Northern Strain style. Hit that like and subscribe, and let's go. The Zoom trick worm, 6.5 inches long. It's got the slightly ribbed body. Up at the head it's a little wider. It tapers down and then goes into a little tail there that's a little bit wider, and it's flat on the bottom side or back side. And this is a must-have worm in everybody's tackle box. You can do so many different things with it. You can Texas rig it, you can wacky rig it, you can put it on a drop shot, you can Carolina rig it, you can just rig it weightless Texas style. It's a floating style worm. But up here in northern Minnesota and Minnesota in general, with our natural grass lakes, we're rigging it on an Outkast money jig head. Just rigging it up like this. Threading it on there. A little dab of glue right there. There you go. There's your money jig, worm jig setup. Now the money jig, you're thinking, oh man, it's got an exposed hook. How are you fishing it through the weeds like that? Well, what you want to do is, if you get it caught up in the weeds a little bit, you jerk or pop your rod, and that's going to snap the bait out, and it'll clear the weeds right off of it just because it's a single hook. And when you do that quick jerk and the bait comes popping out of the weeds, a lot of times the fish will bite it then because they're going for that reaction bite. And this is just a must-have outside summertime weed line bait. There we go. And nice size ones too now. This is one of my favorite setups for summertime bass fishing. As soon as the weeds get real thick and that outside weed line comes in, you pick up this and man, just go around the lake, find that sweet spot, then post up, make cast after cast. I ended up finding a little bend in the weed line. So the weed line was like 5 feet from the bank, the outside weed line. I know that's pretty tight up to the bank, but then it made a curve out, and then it was like 20 feet off the bank. So I was just fishing that little curve there, right where the weeds and bare bottom, bare area met, and then went out, and I was just casting it right in the little kitty corner, and bam, it's just getting hooked up every time, and it was awesome, fun bite. There we go. Back to back. It's hitting a little outside weed line. throwing this on a 7-1 rod with a stiffer tip, like a moderate tip, you know, so I can get that snap action out of the weeds. If you have too fast of an action tip, you know, it's just going to get you bogged down into the weeds, and you're not going to be able to rip it out as clean and as easy, and that's just my opinion. And I'm throwing it on 12-pound braid, 10-pound fluorocarbon leader. There we go. Good one. Real good one. Post rainstorm, typically super tough conditions. Got on a little outside weed line with a inside bend on it, and they're just stacked. Money jig. I really like the chartreuse head when, if you ever have any algae or green tint into the water, it definitely, in my opinion, will get you more bites. Good one. Money jig, zoom trick worm.